This is £100 and I'm going to try and turn it into enough money to buy a house. With no jobs, no loans and definitely no rich parents. Just flipping, hustle and strategy. In this series I'll show you every item I buy, how much I paid, how much I sold it for and the exact steps that I take to grow this £100 into a property. And it starts today. This is episode 1 of turning £100 into a house. Let's see what I can buy and if I can make it work. So the platforms that I'm going to be selling on is eBay and Vinted. I feel like Vinted is going to be more effective for shoes and clothing. And then I feel like eBay is going to be more effective for more misc items. Now I want to see how many people can start this challenge with me. You can start with £1, £10, or just find something you already own and sell that to start yourself off. Yes, I may already have a head start with £100 and my Vinted already having 300 reviews, but you can make this as big or as small as you want it. Now, let's get into the episode. Okay guys, so I got my laptop in front of me. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for my first pickups. The first 4 I got was from a car boot, and I'm not going to lie, the car boot was a little bit dry. I was only there for about an hour, so if I stayed a bit longer, I probably would have got more products. But I got these Doc Martens for £4. I was a bit surprised it was selling them for so cheap, so you know I jumped for them. I'm going to leave a counter at the bottom corner of the screen somewhere, just so you can keep count of how much was spent during the video. Now at the same stall, there was these Nike I think it's called Artemis trainers. I think I paid £5 for these. They were a little bit dirtier than what they are in the video. I have cleaned them up since then. So if you guys want to see the behind the scenes of me like cleaning shoes or shipping shoes and taking photos, just let me know in the comments and that's something I can definitely do. So on this stall, the prices were dead cheap and fair, so I couldn't haggle. I just paid the price. Now moving on to the next item. It's actually the only item in this whole episode that isn't shoe related. It's Harry Potter books. Now when I walked past this stall, I actually looked up the comps on eBay and they were going for around £25. I asked him how much and he said £10. But that profit margin wasn't the best for me, so I offered him 8, but he wouldn't budge. But because the car boot was dead, I didn't really want to go home with barely nothing. I grabbed it. Like I said, it's probably not a profit margin I would have gone towards because I have eBay advertising fees and things like that. But I didn't want to leave the car boot empty-handed. Last up from the car boot were these Nike Star Runners in like grey and blue. Now the lady was asking a solid £10 for these on a car boot. Her daughter was next to her. I threw out an offer for £6. Her daughter just turned around and said to her mum, just get rid of them. So I ended up paying £6 for them. So now, because the car boot was a little bit dry, I ended up spending the next few days searching on Vinted to see if I could find any decent offers on any trainers that I could maybe clean up and sell. And here's what I picked up. First, I got these Nike Dunks. I spent £11 and 4 pence on these. Then I got some, I think they're called Nike Flex. I got these for £7 and 2p, I think that says. Now, I do want to preface this video by saying if you are selling on Vinted, there is a lot of scammers out there, so please maybe watch some YouTube videos and just like back yourself up a little bit. I don't want anybody to do this challenge, get scammed and then get put off it completely. I do make these videos so you at home can make some money as well. I would hate for any of you to get scammed, so make sure you do your research before you use any platforms. Up next with these Nike Revolution 6s. I paid £12.12 for these on Vinted. Now all these numbers like 2p, 12p are because I've been sending the lowest possible offer and then I have to pay like a buyer protection fee as well as a shipping fee. Next up was these Nike Revolution 7. I paid £12.64 for these. Then some Nike Star Runners, I paid £13.42 for these. Then some Nike Downshifter 12, £11.59. There's so many versions of each shoe, it's crazy. As I said before, I encourage you to start with anything that you already own. Tell your friends and family. They might have things lying around that they want to donate to you to help you out on your challenge. When I told my parents about me making this series, my mum actually gave me these Nike Revolution 7s. She said that they hurt her feet. I tried to give her some money for them, but my mum is Bev and she won't take any money off me. So mum, if you're watching this, thank you. So after all this, I did have a little bit of cash left. So I went to go and see a supplier friend of mine because I wanted to see what kind of stock he had in, because I think I'm going to use him throughout this series because I want to open your guys' eyes to show you where else you can buy products from. I actually stumbled over this supplier just through general conversation. I was actually shopping on a market to resell. When I got chatting to him, it turns out he gets in pallets of stock from liquidation and returns from massive companies too. So I headed down to see him to see what future stock I could get for the series. But whilst I was there, I got 3 pairs of types of shoes for £2 each. I got these men's slippers, size 11 for £2. These women's slippers for £2. And these kids style Crocs for £2. Now, depending on how well these sell, I'm probably going to come back for more of these as they're going to be easy shippers and we'll be able to double my money back fast. Now, altogether, I spent £99.34. Now, I'm going to go and list all these, and I guess I'll get back to you in a few days to see what sold, if anything sold at all. Let's go. Right guys, it's been approximately 10 days since I filmed that last clip. I uploaded all those products to eBay and Vinted the same night, and surprisingly we did really well. Now we sold everything besides one item, and the only item that didn't sell was actually the Nike Dunks, which I'm not gonna lie, I thought would be the first thing that would sell. So let's go through what sold and how much. I'll leave screenshots up so you have proof of sales as well as how much it sold for, and I'll also leave the counter up so you can see how much we've made so far. So the first thing we sold was the Nike Revolution 6, and we sold them for £25 on Vinted. Then we sold the Nike Downshifter 12. We sold them for £25 on Vinted. Then the Doc Martens we actually got from the car boot for £4. We sold them for £30 on Vinted. So that was a really good flip. And then shout out Mum, the trainers that she gave us, the Nike ones. Got £25 for them on Vinted. So guys, next up was the Nike Star Runner. We sold them for £20. Not as much as the others, but at least it's a good sum. Then we've got the Nike Artemis. Is it the Artemis 3? I don't really know how you say it. The Nike Artemis, we bought those for £5 off car boot, and we sold them for £28, which pretty good to be honest. Then we got the Nike Revolution 7, sold them for £23 on Vinted. All these are Vinted sales. And then now we've got the eBay sales. The Harry Potter books, which is the only one that wasn't a shoe. After fees on eBay, we got £18.54. Again on eBay, we got the Nike Grey and Blue Star Runners. After fees, we got £17.09. And then the last one on eBay, we got those kids type of Crocs. Sold them for £4.11. So technically, we just doubled the money on there. And then the last three items was the Nike sort of flex shoe. I don't really know what they're called. We sold them for £16. And then men's slippers, £5. Sold them. These were on Vinted. And finally, the women's slippers, we sold them for £4.50. So to be honest, we did a lot better than what I thought we was gonna do. Altogether, we spent £99.34, and we sold total revenue £242.24. And then taking out all the expenses, we're left with a net profit of £158.94. Now, I think that's a great way to kick off the first episode, and I'm super excited for the rest of the challenge. I really hope you join in with this challenge. Even if you just do it on a small scale, maybe £1 or 100, just something to get you making a little bit of extra cash. Message me on my social media, the links will be in the description, and let me know how your journey of this challenge is getting on. And I'll see you in the next episode.